Okay, let's take the 2 away and p hat. I forgot to take. So minus a into 2aq p hat upon r square plus a square raised to 3 by. Did you understand everything? Alright? I have not done anything in the last step, I have just rearranged it. 2aq together, p hat with it. Okay, so that we can write it in form of dipole moment. Right. So what will be our final answer? What do you think? Electric field on the axis of dipole. What do you think will be our final answer? Yeah, minus kp vector. I'm erasing this. I hope we have done. Okay. So I can write it here. So final answer will be as follows: electric field on the equator of the dipole is minus k p vector upon r square plus a square raised to p. Can you do it for short dipole? Yes. Do it yourselves. For short dipole, that is what to put. Put r as much greater than a. In short, this point is very far. Right? So what do we get for short dipole? Finally, log jo barabar. EQ vector equal to minus k p vector upon small r cube. What's the difference between this one? I mean, for short dipole. What's the difference between this one and the one for axis? Do you notice something? There is a minus sign. So this electric field is in which direction? Opposite direction to dipole moment. देखाई है क्या देखा? Opposite to dipole moment. Dipole moment is right side, correct? And this electric field is towards the left side. Understood? Yes or no? Yes. On axis, that was not the case, was it? Yes. Right? It was in the same direction. On axis, it was in the same direction. Clear? Now, a warning or a note. Okay. The formula for on axis actually doesn't work in every case. Let's write that. The formula for, write it as a warning somewhere. The e-axis formula, whichever one, even if you talk about 2kp vector r upon r square minus a square the whole square, even this one, this does not work or do not use it for any point between the charges. Okay, that's the thing. This formula does not work for any point between the charges. It only works on the outer side. That is, suppose you have got the dipole like this, then it will not work. This formula will give you wrong answer if you use it for any point between A and B. But yes, on left side of B and on right side of A, the formula works. Did you understand? For left side of B and right side of A, the formula works. Got it? Right? Why is it like that? Let me also explain. If we go back to this diagram for axis, look, the two electric fields are in opposite direction. Yes or no? Everyone sees that? So that happens here and that also happens here. But it doesn't happen here. Check that. If you take one point, electric field over here due to positive charges towards left side, due to negative charges also towards left side. So that's wrong. That's not how we have derived it. So it's not a surprise that it doesn't work. But anyway, like I said, generally dipoles are very small. कौन अंदर molecule में घुसे ने यहाँ कहीं मूववा जैसे. Got what I said? Okay. Fine. So that's it about electric fields due to dipoles, especially on axis and vector. Now, the the next step. Dipole placed in external uniform electric field I'm just trying to calculate how much of the area does this banner eat up from the board there. એટલું મસ્ત મળે ને જગ્યા ટાઇટલ લખવા માટે, right? Anyway, so what's the title here? It's saying that we have a dipole which is placed. Where is it placed? In a uniform field, but that field is external. External means something else has created that field. Dipole no field external no kya hai, dipole pote field create kar. That's not called external. So if some other thing has created a uniform electric field, and then inside that field we are putting the dipole. Situation is clear? If you have question like how do we create uniform field, how to chapter, right? How you can create a nearly uniform field, right? Not exactly uniform though, it's not possible. Okay, so here's the diagram. Suppose that this is some electric field which is uniform and it's towards the right hand side. See, I'm being a little careful to draw the diagram because that's how uniform field should look like. Isn't it? Electric field like that, parallel to each other and equidistant, right? Now, inside this, suppose there is dipole place. So here is, let's say, the positive charge, and here is, let's say, the negative. As usual, the length is 2a. I am not showing it here. The diagram becomes very untidy if we show it here. So this is the diagram. Now, let's talk about this. Total force acting on the dipole. How many forces are going to act on the dipole? Think about it. Let's say the uniform electric field is E vector. This charge is plus Q and this charge is minus Q. Okay. Will a force act on this positive charge? Will a force act on this positive charge? Yes, yes. Or no? Yes or no? Yes. Is it right? No, the response is not adequate. અને તો એમ કે હમણાં બધા કહે તો સર આવું થાય, આવું શીખવાડ્યું હતું તમે, રાઈટ? If there is a positive charge placed inside electric field, છે ને આયો કે નથી? This positive charge, where is it placed? Is it inside electric field? Yes or no? Yes. Then there will be a force on it. How much force? How much force? If you put a charge inside electric field, how much force acts on the charge? F vector equal to QE vector. Do you remember? Yes. Okay, fine. So use that and tell me in which direction the force will act for this charge. Towards the right side. Why so? Why so? Because the charge is positive and the electric field is towards the right side. Clear? Yes. Sure? Yes. Okay. Let's call it F1 maybe. So magnitude is Q. What about negative? Left. The force will act on right side. Left side. Why? Negative charge has a force in direction opposite to the electric field. Understood? Yes. So let's say that's F2. How much will be magnitude of F2? Magnitude. QE or minus Q? QE or minus QE? Minus QE. QE or minus QE? QE. Sure? Yes. Okay, one. Magnitude is QE. Is that okay? Yes. Charge itself is minus Q. So if you want to write the same force in vector form, then it is like this. This is right and this is right. About the topi no jadoo hai. Don't forget. Right? Yes. All about these arrows. Well, so what's the total force acting on the dipole? Sigma F external. What do you think? How much is the total force acting on the dipole? 2q. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
अरे घरे रो घरे 2q नो आवे 0 आवे. Force is a vector quantity. एक force आम है, एक force opposite direction में है. The forces will get. Forces will get. करो जो. ભૂલી ગયા આવું તો કેટલી વાર આવે છે આ બાજુ 3 ન્યૂટન ઓલી બાજુ 3 ન્યૂટન ટોટલ ફોર્સ 6 ન્યૂટન વાહ ભાઈ વાહ come on so 0 is that clear yes or no
Yes.
ધ્યાન રાખવાનું forces are vectors before you add you should at least check it in your mind whenever you want to add two things are they vectors or scalars okay fine total force is 0 do you remember what such forces are called which are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, but they are acting on different lines. For example, this is acting on this line, and this is acting on this line. बराबर है? Line of force. You remember line of force? What are such forces called? A pair of forces acting like this is called. Don't say action and reaction. I'll throw you out of the class. Action reaction are acting mutually. A applies force on B action, B applies force on A reaction. आ तो आप ये देखो त्रिज्युत फोर्स लगाड़. याद करो two equal and opposite forces which are not on the same line. कदाचित दिवसे बहुत सारा को प्रेजेंट करता है. It's not your fault. तो याद है હવે અરે it is called a couple याद છે કે નહીં નથી याद I remember that very few of you were present then anyways what is meaning of a couple again where you have two forces which are opposite in direction and equal in magnitude. So what's the total force? 0. But their torque is not 0. Think about it. Look at these forces. आप dipole के बदले पेन पकड़ो आप. Do you realize it will rotate?
Yes.
Do you realize it will rotate?
Yes.
This force pushes it that way, and this force pushes it this way. So this will start spinning.
Yes.
Got it? Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So basically it's a couple, right? It's not necessary to use the couple idea to solve this situation out, but using that idea makes it really very very simple, right? Okay, હવે તમને couple ખબર નથી તો torque of a couple એવી ખબર હોય નહીં ખબર હોય ને સવાલ જ નથી ને ચલો કઈ વાંધો નહીં. I'll take a little bit of detour to explain it. Never mind, here we go. So suppose this is the center, right? First I'll explain it by the couple method for anyone who is watching the video. So it's that torque of the couple is simply given by tau equal to Fd perpendicular, where F is the force magnitude and d perpendicular is the perpendicular distance between the forces and the line of forces. So let's use this little diagram here, and I'll just draw one more triangle on this side so that everything becomes clear. Right. Suppose in this situation, the angle between dipole moment and electric field is theta. Do you see that angle in the diagram over here? Electric field right side. Dipole moment will be from negative charge towards positive charge. So this angle will be theta. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure, everyone there. If that angle is theta, this is theta, and so this is also theta. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, where is the perpendicular? Again, the perpendicular means perpendicular distance between line of force and line of force. This one, vertical. Correct or not? This is D perpendicular. Alright. What's the hypotenuse of this? Hypotenuse? How much is that? 2a. Very good. So D perpendicular will be 2a sine theta. Yes or no? Yes. Sure. Okay. What is F? Q into E. Okay. Let's rearrange everything. 2a Q. V. E. Sine. Okay. Understood? So this is the torque magnitude we get if you use torque of the couple, right? Directly this formula and put all the values and you are through in just 2 steps. Okay. What's the other method for you all? If you have forgotten what's the couple, write this down, then I'll start with you. I might have taught this couple and all that to you on 26th or 27th of February, if I'm not wrong, just before I went on leave. Fine, I'm going to erase it. Okay. So, if you don't know this formula, no problem. You can find torques individually. So there are 2 torques, yes or no? Yes. Both the torques are going to be clockwise. Clockwise. What if both the torques are clockwise? Clear? We have done such things in rotational motion many of them. So you will write torque or net torque on the dipole is tau equal to tau 1 plus tau 2. Both the torques are in same direction, that's why adding. Clear? Now, do you remember how to find torque due to first force or any one force? Forget 2 forces. Focus on this one. Do you remember how to find torque due to one force? There is a formula for torque magnitude, isn't it? Who remembers it? Can you please raise your hand? Torque due to a force. Someone say something? What to આવ્યો? બધા નામ પાડે તો કેમ ચાલે? Raise your hand. હિંમત કરો ખોટું હોય તો શું છે? આપણે રેકોર્ડિંગ બંધ કરી દેશું. Nobody will know. Yeah, Dhruv. R into F force. R into F. Kali itu ya. RF sin theta. It is RF sin theta or force multiplied by perpendicular distance. FR perpendicular. Do you remember? You used to write it in that big sentence form. Magnitude of force multiplied by the perpendicular distance between line of force and reference. Correct or not? Okay, so if you do it this way, sit down group, well done. So that's what we are going to do here. Right? So torque due to first force. Reference C. Actually you can take it anywhere, nobody cares, same answer. Right? If you take reference, chalo C nahi, આપણે આ point નો reference એનાથી easy B. Okay, let's write it. Reference B. Answer doesn't depend on reference. That's a property of couple. If you take reference here, what's the torque of first force? Q into E multiplied by perpendicular distance between this and this. So just like we found it earlier, 2a sin theta. Yes or no? हमने कह दिया ना distance क्या है? This distance is 2a sin theta. Got it? Sure? Okay. Fine. Now torque due to second. This is reference and the force is passing through there. So how much torque? Zero. Because when the force passes through point of reference, perpendicular distance becomes 0. So the torque is also 0. Do you remember that? Done? Done? Easy enough? Yes. So finally what do we get? P E sine theta. Clear? Obviously, you can choose any one of the two correct methods. Now, let's write it in vector form. In vector form, we can write this as, ultimately because torque is a vector, what do you think? Such sin theta kind of things appear in આ શેનું ફોર્મ છે a b sin theta એવું જ આવ્યું ને કઈ? That's the form of dot product. Sure, dot product માં sin theta આવે. Cross product, is that okay or not? Cross product has sin theta, yes or no?
Yes.
So we have two choices. First one is correct, second one is wrong. પહેલા જ કહી દઉં છું. Now how to decide which one is right and which one is wrong? Let's see. We will use right hand thumb rule. Do you remember that rule or not?
Yes.
યાદ છે ને? જોજો. જરા અઘરું પડશે પછી fourth chapter આવતા તો. Okay, well, which one is right? So P vector, okay, I drawn the diagram earlier. Here, P vector, E vector. So here we know torque is clockwise, yes or no? Okay?
Yes.
So if you do P vector cross E vector, that's clockwise, correct?
Yes.
Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay, but if you do E vector cross P vector, then it's wrong, isn't it? This is anti-clockwise. Got it?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Everyone gets it clear? So that's why this is not the correct answer. Okay, first one is right. Understood?
Yes.
It matches the direction properly. So, for a dipole placed in an external uniform electric field, total force is 0, right? But total torque is not 0. How much is the torque? E vector cross E vector, or in magnitude P E sine theta. याद रहते हैं ना? Okay. So what that means is this dipole will not do translation. You understand? Why not translation? Because total force is 0. It will only do rotation because torque is not 0. Fine? Everything clear about it?
Yes.
Next one. हम तो आज से little different. Small oscillations of dipole in uniform electric field. So now, if there is this dipole and let's say electric field lines are towards the right hand, so this angle is theta. So if I measure theta anti-clockwise from E to P here, so anti-clockwise I am calling it positive. Okay, so by extension clockwise will be negative. Is it fine? So in this particular situation, if theta is positive, then the torque is negative, yes or no? Not clear? આની પહેલાનો ડાયાગ્રામ જોઈ લો, એમાં ડાયપોલ કઈ રીતે ફરવાનો હતો? Was it going to have a torque clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise, yeah, there, right? Sure. So angle is anti-clockwise. This angle is anti-clockwise. That's positive. But torque is clockwise. That is negative. So if I will write it in this form, you can do it, right? You can do it. You can write like this: minus P sin theta. This minus sign indicates the clockwise direction of torque. Okay? Okay or not okay? Do you see that this has characteristic of oscillations? Oscillation यहाँ से भूल गया. What is meaning of oscillation? Goes back and forth, back and forth. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. How will this go back and forth? Think about it. This is where electric field is. You turn it and leave it like this. The moment you leave it, it will will start coming back. Pendulum જેવું છે ને, this is mean position. You drag it right side, leave it. The moment you leave it, it will start moving towards the left side. When it will come to mean position, it will not stop. It will overshoot. And then it will start oscillating. Clear? What happens here? Same thing. You leave it like this, it will start rotating, come to this point. It will not stop over there because by that time it will get energy. So it will overshoot it. Arm will. Right? So when it goes the other way, the torque will become opposite. That is anti-clockwise. So now we will try to bring it back. When it brings it back, it will not stop. It will go the other way again. Just like pendulum. Got it? Similarly, this dipole will also start oscillating like this. Which kind of SHM is this called? Rotational SHM. Do you remember rotational oscillations? They are not spring હોય તો ખાલી આમ થાય. That's called translation. And the other one, યાદ તો છે ને compound pendulum ને બધું શીખવાડ્યું હતું, યાદ આવે છે? હા, તો એ બધું rotational SHM જ હતું ને. Anyway, so but for SHM there is a condition. What's that condition? What is the requirement for SHM? I-card, rotate. अरे SHM નો I-card ભૂલી ગયા? Total external force should be proportional to minus x, or it should be minus kx. Do you remember? Yes, isn't it? Can I? SHM छोड़से नहीं देता. There is chapter wave, AC, alternating current, which is based so much on SHM. Okay, and the wave and SHM બધું આવશે, પણ waves ના બે chapter છે. Okay, yeah, here. So it's not of that form. In rotation you should write torque. It should be like this in rotation. I hope you get this. આ form નથી ને. But if you take small oscillation, for small oscillation sin theta is nearly equal to theta. Okay, so what do we get? Torque will become equal to minus Te theta. Compare with the standard equation. What is the standard equation? It will be like this. Do you remember? When K is a constant. So if we compare, what do we get as K? What do we get as K? P. K is equal to P. Ampere formula yaad છે? Ampere formula yaad છે for SHM? 2 pi under root m by K. That is for translational SHM. Rotational હોય તો mass ની જગ્યાએ શું લખવાનું? I, moment of inertia. So T is equal to 2 pi under root I by K is the formula, isn't it? What's K? P. Here K is equal to P. So this is the time period of oscillation of a dipole, provided the oscillations are small oscillations. Okay? Do not take 11th standard lightly. You never know. Right? So this you can, you get questions like, what happens if electric field is doubled? Time period will become 1 by root 2 times. That kind of questions often appear. Right? Okay.